I want to get into this. I mean, we've talked Tampa. I want to go a little south to Miami with the Dolphins real quick. A report just came out today from the Miami Herald about Tua and kind of some unrest with some of the players on the team and the coach coming out and already naming him the starter for 2021. And some of the players saying, why would we do that when we have Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like, Zach, what are your thoughts here? What's going on? I feel like Tua has been the biggest puzzle piece that the NFL world has been trying to figure out for the last 5 or 6 weeks.
So my inside sources and down in South Florida are telling me that the reporter that came out with that isn't really a big Tua fan. It's not big with Tua and thought that they should definitely have stuck with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I think there is a little like animosity there in that report. I think the report said that there were 3 guys that came out. They're all anonymous. They won't say who it is. But at the end of the day, like this is the first time like Dolphin fans can say this, that I have complete faith in our general manager and in our coach. So if they start Tua, they see something, I have full faith in them. If they want to trade Tua with both of our picks to Houston and get another superstar out of that city, then by all means send Deshaun Watson our way. But whatever Brian Flores and Chris Greer come up with, I'm going to completely have their back, completely understand it and trust the system because so far it's worked. We've seen more progress in the past 2 years than I have in my entire life watching the Dolphins. So, full faith in the coaching staff.
That's a good point. And I like that. I like the support, but if it was up to you, like, what do you want to see them do? Would you rather see them stick with Tua? Would you rather see them go after Deshaun? Like what, I guess as a fan almost, I get supporting and backing the team. I totally am on board with that because I haven't been able to do that for the last 10 years. But like, what are you doing in your mind with that situation?
All right. So there's currently 30, maybe 31 teams that I don't think would trade for Deshaun Watson. And the only team that I'm certain wouldn't is the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the Packers just because Aaron Rodgers, but he's also old, so maybe they do make the trade. Deshaun Watson is, I think, 25 years old, he is a top 3 quarterback in this league when he has the weapons. You saw what he did. He was led the league in passing yards this year, which is insane when you don't have any weapons around you. So 100%. If they wanted to take Tua and our two first round picks for Deshaun Watson, by all means, send them over here. Let's do it. Let's get that rolling because, I mean, we just won 10 games without Deshaun Watson. Like, it would be absolutely incredible to have him there. We'll be set at that position for the next 5 years at least, or 4 years, depending on what his contract is right now. And then we're going to have 2 second-round picks too, so we could pick up a running back and a receiver at that point.
I like it. Well, I'm excited to see where he lands. It's been
do you
terrible.
Think the Eagles toss their hat into that trade war? I mean, the Eagles, obviously, they have a quarterback carousel going on over there. Maybe they toss their hat into that little trade carousel, try and get Deshaun Watson for themselves.
Or what about the Jets?
I mean, I feel like at this point,
Jets too.
Anything is on the table at this point. Almost, it feels like
crazy.
like Zach said, 30 out of the 32 NFL teams. Like, I don't think any guy, like even the Raiders with Derek Carr, like I don't think anyone has a quarterback that they're like, this is the guy over Deshaun Watson.
No, and I was gonna say, Deshaun Watson is just on another level. Like he could potentially get to like that Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes hierarchy. He just needs the right pieces around him. But I was going to say, I wouldn't even count out your Jaguars. I mean, I think the only 3 teams in play, though, would be the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Dolphins. And it's because they're the only teams with 2 first-round picks. You're not going to be able to give up a future first-round pick. Like, you're going to have to give up something now because they have nothing because they gave it all to us. So they don't have I don't think they have a first-round pick.
No, they don't.
They have a second-round pick.
And as a Jaguar fan, I want to keep it that way. Yeah. I almost don't want to make the move because I don't want the Texans to end up with draft capital when they already don't have it. If the Dolphins do it, if the Jets do it, it is what it is. But if we were to make the move to put the Texans with the first overall pick to then have them take Trevor Lawrence, it would be maybe one of the most inexcusable, unforgivable moves the Jaguars can make, simply because you're giving a divisional rival, the guy that your whole city has literally creamed about for the last 4 weeks. Like, we have not stopped talking about Trevor Lawrence. We have companies in Jacksonville already putting billboards up around the city like, welcome to Duval, Trevor. And then that compared with, or I guess meshed with the whole Lot J stuff where the city denied the Lot J project, everything would just fall apart, and the Jaguars, it would not be a good ending. So
no, I agree with you, Justin, because I think the net positive is higher if we get Trevor and they just lose their quarterback than if we get Deshaun and they get Trevor. Like, because in that scenario, they also still have a really good quarterback. I'd rather the Texans just completely finish this dumpster fire, fall apart, and say bye-bye to Deshaun out of the division, period.
Zach, I didn't even know that Deshaun, so he led the league in passing after losing DeAndre Hopkins. Like, that's an insane stat.
Yeah,
like,
I'm more than positive he led the league this year in passing yards, and obviously like Patrick Mahomes sat out the last week.
Yeah.
There are players that sat out, but I'm more than positive he threw for over 4,000 yards. Had like an incredible. They're saying that it might be the greatest season that will never be remembered because of how bad they were.
They were a 4-win team.
Is it garbage time though? Was any of it garbage time, just like chucking bombs?
Oh, probably. It was like that year that Blake Bortles had a bunch of passing yards.
I was just about to say.
Just
about to say you're forgetting about Blake Bortles, 2016 Blake, the greatest garbage time quarterback of all time. I'm pretty sure Blake had 4,000 yards that year too.